This is nScreenNoise. My name is Colin Dixon, founder and chief analyst at nScreen Media, and today is April 11th, 2014. There was a bunch of Ultra HD at NAB 2014 this year, but how much closer is it to actually being in our home? I had 3 conversations to try and shed some light on this. First up was a discussion with Ken Davidson at Cisco, and he showed me a 4K 60 frame per second stream coming in live from across the country. They had a big monitor with, unfortunately, a very boring scene of a studio with a lady doing not much of anything. So I can't really tell you the quality of the stream, although I guess it looked sharp. That's about all I can say. And Ken told me that this implementation of the high efficiency video codec was in software, and that they were seeing about 30 to 40% savings over the previous generation AVC, Advanced Video Codec. So we are expecting to see 50% savings at some point this year, but they were showing 30 to 40%. Ken thought that sports would be a key driver for the adoption of Ultra HD, and I think there are a lot of people who were saying this, and he thought that UEFA Cup 2015 would be a key demonstration. That's where he felt we would see most demonstrations. He also thought that we would see an operator stand up a channel in Ultra HD sometime next year as well. Keith Wimes had a different view. He was showing a 4K HEVC 60 frame per second stream that was encapsulated in a dash format over the internet. Yes, over the internet at 17 megabits per second. That was in conjunction with their partner Akamai. They also had a demo to a set-top box using the Vixis STB chipset, which is the only one out there at the moment that's supporting Ultra HD, and that was at 24 frames per second. Now, he thought that Ultra HD was much more advanced. He was expecting to see operator trials this year, and maybe even a channel stood up this year as well, and he thought that there will be lots of demos at Brazil World Cup. That we may see several demos there. So tiebreaker, to get some sort of clarity here, I went to talk to the Fraunhofer Institute, and the Fraunhofer Institute showed me not 4K but 1080p. Benjamin Bross gave me a demo of 1080p 60 frame per second video using an HEVC codec that he said was getting 50% savings over the AVC codec. And I can tell you, it looked gorgeous on the big display that they had there at 4 megabits per second, just 4 megabits per second. It looked great. They also showed me a demo at 2 megabits, and it also looked great at that bit rate as well. So that's phenomenally low bandwidth requirements for HD. Now, they said that they would have 4K demo at 60 frames at IBC in September. He said he thought that an operator would probably stand up a channel maybe even this year, and that he thought it would be a satellite operator to do that. Now, what do I believe? Well, there was 0 Hollywood content at the show in 4K. The demos I saw were with the usual suspects: slow pan animals and country scenes, and no Iron Man demos, no Marvel anywhere to be seen. So I'm not sure that we have enough material today to do a stand up a channel, and I don't see us having enough material this year, so I think the channel won't be stood up until next year. So I tend to agree with Ken Davidson on that point. However, I do agree with Benjamin Bross over at the Fraunhofer that HEVC will have the biggest impact on HD, not Ultra HD. Those streams looked absolutely phenomenal at 60 frames, 4 megabits, 1080p. So that will have a big impact today. And I also agree with Ken that the internet can do it first. I mean, we saw it right there on their booth, and so I'm pretty confident that Netflix and Amazon can deliver just as they have promised that they will do later this year. The only question is, how many people will really be watching? And as to the demos at the World Cup, yes, there will be 3 games broadcast in Ultra HD. But once again, I'm just not sure who will be watching. The thing to do is to keep an eye on your electronics retailer to see if they are showing any of those matches for a demo for you. Now, I'll have those video interviews up with Ken Davidson and with Keith Wimes later next week, and I'll see you again next time.